Hey, what's going on, everybody? Me and Uncle Kevin are talking. We have these big logs, and here's what we're doing. So we never stop talking, but I'm thinking that this is a perfect opportunity because we're talking. So I'm just gonna talk it out with Kev. Welcome to Tool Talk Tuesday. We are doing attachments, but on a massive scale. We're doing a life-size elk. So what we've done here is we've milled these three sides. We have one more side to mill, that one there. We got to get that flipped over and then leveled to that exact, well, not exactly, but to that idea. If you wanted the body to shift, if you were creating movement, you could do it on an angle, and you could do like circular, like whatever it is you're trying to do. If you want it straight, you got to get it proper. If the middle and the torso changes by by an inch or two, it's not going to make a difference for me. Really good cuts. Uncle Kevin's on fire with the milling. But how do you attach these? How are we going to attach these? So we called Chris Foltz yesterday. He gave us an epic way to do it. Actually, we did the same way with the horse and rider that I did for Teepee Creek Rodeo. If you do a deep dive into my Instagram and Twitter or Facebook, you'll see those on Ryan Cook Carvin, the big like 14 by 14 horse and rider. Me, Robbie Bast, and Foltz did it. Super fun. We drilled once we had these logs, but this was like, it was 9 feet, 6, 8, 10 feet, and like 13 feet or something. It was ridiculously big. And
it's getting bigger all the time.
Yeah, it is. Oh, how much battery we got? 24%. Good. We'll be able to get this video done hopefully on one take. It's the log sizes.
Oh,
and then we welded them together, and it was super hard. We had to jam wedges into it. We were doing it on uneven ground. So this time we've learned, and we did all threads. So what we did was we drilled through it, and that's what Chris told us to do, but we don't have that time, nor do we have that the big auger to get through a big log like this with a big bit. I have the bits because I bought the bits, but I don't have the drill strength to get through it. So what we talked about in a big thing like this, when you're putting it together, I just kind of thought about logically what would be the idea. Chris had a great point. You're putting 3 logs together. You don't have to make it 1, 2, 3 all standing, like all one. You could do, because the torso is going to be cut out, right? So you don't have to have that base. You could put it on a jaw horse, but you're still going to have to elevate it. When we glue it all together, for the top part of the middle, we are only going to do the top part. You following? Because then we can cut it out after. We're going to cut out the base, push out that little chunk, and then the torso will be done. Now, that being said, without the all thread all the way through and clamp together to tighten it, what I think is going to work for Kevin and I on this project is we're going to snap a straight line down here with a chalk line. And then we'll tee it up here at the measurement, say it's 5 feet right here, because this is where the body of the torso is going to be, and it's going to be wood no matter what, because the shoulders are going to be here. The carving of the animal is mostly on the outside part of this, right? You see that right there? So we're gonna cut in a 2x4 or a 1x, no, it's a 2x6 or a 2x4 or a 4x4, and then make it a little oversized so it kind of floats, so it gives us a little leeway. You could do it perfectly, but since we're doing it chainsaw, it's a little easier to just kind of wing it. We're gonna make it so it fits in there, to go 5 inches in here, 5 inches on the other side here, where we'll do the exact same thing, and then fill it full of glue. Thomas Verba told me this a long time ago, and I've always thought it, because I always kept worrying about wing attachments. He's like, drill holes and glue becomes the dowels, because we use Gorilla Glue. It's a polyurethane foam, it expands. So with the wood in there and the foam, it will expand. And then when we have these logs together, Kevin and I just went and bought like 3,000 pound ratchet straps. We're gonna cinch it together and ratchet the shit out of it, and then get it so it is absolutely done. and tight. And then the bottom part of the torso in the middle won't be glued, but of course there will be a little glue that will trickle down because of obviously, you know, elevations, but it doesn't matter. Once you kind of get there, you cut it out at where you need it to go, and then use a sledgehammer, hammer it out, and it should just pop out. And then you can use that piece with that same flushed up spot on the front, and it can become the head, or the neck at least, and then you do the head later and maybe do the head down like we've done before. So, and that you can, you know, with a lighter attachment like that, you can come up with easier ways to do it. You could dowel, you could do things like this, but for a grand scale, big sculpture, I think this will be great. And there is so many other ways to do it, right? I mean, there really is.
Yeah.
There's a lot of other ways to do it.
Long as it holds.
As long as it holds, you know, like you always have to factor in kids are going to ride it. They're going to jump on it. It's going to be on a trail up in Lake Cowichan in British Columbia. Be a walking trail. There's 28 carvings. You'll see the videos over the time for the next few months. But yeah, I mean, like, that's something you always think. So the dowel is going to be strong enough to hold. The glue will be strong enough. And then when it comes time, I am going to drill in some holes, and I'm going to sink some big ass lag bolts into it, for sure. And then bury it, and then use sawdust and glue to fill the holes. And then same for this too, because at this scale, of course, there is going to be some seams, you know? Don't worry too much, because you could always fix that afterwards with sawdust and glue. Like this, you take sawdust from the same cut wood, add a ton of the Gorilla Glue, push it in, or you can get shims from the offcuts of your slabs. I mean, I'm obviously going to save those for later because they're amazing, and we'll use bench backs for those, or trees, or whatever it is that you want to do. But that's something that I just thought would be a great way. I mean, it's a little more of an advanced thing, but at that same time, if you're ever doing big scale sculptures, which I hope you will, this should help you, because I had to call Chris, and that's the one great thing, and I'm actually going to do a video about it, is that will be a Tool Talk Tuesday coming up. I'm kind of scripting it in my head on how to approach it, but that's one thing that's so important about carving, is having your buddies, having friends who are like-minded, having friends who problem solve together, who have done it, people who are experienced. You know, if you guys ever need help, I get messaged all the time. I do my best to respond to DMs on my Facebook and my Instagram. YouTube, I'm not good at comments because it's hard to do the YouTube thing, but if you ever need to comment me, you know, YouTube, Facebook, I suck at them, but I do my best. But it's like, as you progress, you make friends, you have that. I'm going to make a video about that. I'm not going to get too deep into that right now, because I do feel strongly about this. And that was something that Chris has inspired, and he's had my back since forever. And anytime I've needed help, that's the one great thing about having friends in this game. It's not like it used to be. Everybody helps everybody, and we're all just in it to make money, make sculptures, and make them the best we can. So I hope that this video helps. I hope if you ever do big scale joinery, that this is a great example. And for small scale joinery, same thing. You know, the reason we use the Alaskan sawmill here, we got them exactly level. Boom, level, boom, level, boom, double side level. We're gonna cinch it together, and it is going to be tight. You want your joints tight, right? And of course, if you really knew the body frame of this animal and you were ready to commit, you could cut out stuff and hollow out this part and keep that there. I'm not there. I'm just doing this big. We're gonna build our canvas, then we're gonna carve it, because I think that's gonna be the best way for us. So we're gonna get this last piece milled up, and yeah, I mean, I hope this helps. And as it goes down, you go smaller in joinery. Don't be scared. Look at Ryan Villiers. Look at other carvers nowadays that don't have big wood around them. They are taking these 2x6s and they are building their canvases just by gluing, planing, and getting their edges flat, and then putting them together. So on a big scale joinery, hopefully this video has helped you. I always want to have extra strength, and especially just, it's not a competition piece. There's no judging. There's none of that shit. So really,
no time restraint, really.
Yeah, there's no time restraint. So make it as safe as you can too, right? Like if there's big lag bolts that you'd notch in here afterwards, drill a hole and then fill it with sawdust and glue, the client's never gonna know, because you're gonna burn and sand and stain and texture, and then that sawdust and glue will cover up your things, and it just gives you that extra strength, because those lag bolts are gonna be super strong. I use those gold ones, the copper ones, these ones, but for the ones that we have, these ones are massive. So, you know, just do with it the way you want to do it. Have as much fun as you can, because you got your buddies here. If you don't have your buddies, this is still accomplished. You can accomplish this by yourself, but at the same time, you want to have a beautiful little, like, a machine over there to help. Because when you start loading these big boys up and getting them stood up, it's done. But then at the end, it all comes down to ratchet straps. So ratchet straps, lots of glue, and yeah, that's about it. So anything else, Kev?
Sounds like you got it covered.
Sounds like I got it covered. I know. Uncle Kevin is going to come up with videos soon. He just forgot how to edit, so we got to work. We got to work on that. But he'll be in these next videos. We've been doing raccoons and squirrels, and we're working on an eagle, and yeah, it's been a fun one. We got a lot of projects coming up together. We're doing school projects, and it's awesome. So we'll get this piece together. This is just a talking how-to video, and hopefully you've learned some stuff. When you want to watch this video will be out after it. So if you're in the queue and it's months and years later after this video came out, just scroll up or down or whatever it is. Hopefully it'll be one of the viral videos, because this is going to be cool. Standing up elk, life size, big, very fun. Big joinery, big fun. Thank you for watching. See you guys later. There we go. Ready?